There comes a moment in every man's life when he faces a painful truth. The woman he cares about does not respect him. It doesn't always happen in a dramatic explosion. Sometimes it's subtle. A dismissive tone, a look of boredom when you speak, a casual, almost thoughtless remark that makes you question your worth. And yet, despite the growing discomfort in your gut, you stay. You rationalize, you excuse, you hope, but deep down, you already know the truth. You should walk away. Most men don't. They stay because they fear the unknown more than they fear the slow erosion of their dignity. They tell themselves that things will change, that if they just do a little more, give a little more, prove themselves just a little harder, she'll finally see their worth. But this is a lie. A man who begs for respect will never receive it. A man who sacrifices his self-worth to keep a woman will only lose both her and himself in the process. A Stoic man does not cling to what is slipping away. He does not waste time trying to convince someone to value him. He understands that walking away is not an act of weakness, but the highest display of strength. Because to walk away means to embrace the unknown, to trust that his worth is not determined by another's approval, and to know that real power lies in what he chooses to tolerate. The words a woman speaks are not just sounds. They are reflections of her mind. They reveal what she thinks of you, how she sees you, and whether she values you. There are some words, some statements, that expose a lack of respect so deep that no amount of patience or effort can repair it. When you hear them, you must act, not with anger, not with desperate pleading, but with the quiet certainty of a man who knows his own worth. This is where most men fail. They hear the warning signs but ignore them. They let love blind them to disrespect. They confuse tolerance with strength. But the truth is, staying where you are not valued is the greatest mistake a man can make. You will not gain respect by enduring mistreatment. You will not win love by allowing yourself to be diminished. You will only lose time, confidence, and the ability to walk away when it matters most. A Stoic man understands that detachment is not coldness, it is clarity. It is knowing when to leave without looking back. It is the wisdom to see when something no longer serves you, and the courage to let it go. And in this, you do not lose. She does. Because while she may believe you will always be there, always waiting, always willing to accept less than you deserve, the moment you decide otherwise, the balance shifts. Walking away is not about punishing her. It's about honoring yourself. It's about recognizing that the greatest betrayal is not when someone disrespects you, but when you allow it to continue. It's about knowing that the right woman will never put you in a position where you have to fight for her respect. This is your test. The words she says, the way she treats you, they are signs, not mysteries. The question is, will you listen, or will you wait until your self-respect is so eroded that you no longer remember who you were before you met her? If you want to be a man of value, you must learn the wisdom of walking away. You must learn when to stop explaining, when to stop proving, and when to simply leave. And when you do, you will find that you are never losing anything. You are only making space for something better. The 10 Stoic red flags, words that reveal her true intentions. 1. I don't need a man. Independence is admirable, but when a woman says this with an air of dismissal, it signals something deeper, a rejection of the value a man brings to a relationship. A healthy partnership is built on mutual support, not on one person proving they are better off alone. A Stoic man does not waste time trying to be needed where he is not wanted. If she truly believes this, let her prove it, without you. 2. My friends are more important. There is nothing wrong with maintaining friendships, but if she consistently prioritizes them over you, she is showing where you rank in her life. A committed relationship is built on shared priorities. If you are constantly left as an afterthought, take that as the sign it is. A Stoic man does not demand attention, He simply observes where he stands and acts accordingly. 3. You need to change. Growth is essential in any relationship, but change should be a choice, not a demand. If she constantly criticizes who you are and insists you must change to meet her standards, she does not accept you. She wants to mold you. A man who changes to please another loses himself in the process. A Stoic man improves on his own terms, not because someone deems him inadequate. 4. I'm not ready for a relationship. This statement translates to, I'm not ready for a relationship with you. She may be keeping you around for attention, emotional support, or convenience, but if she wanted to be with you, she would make it clear. A Stoic man does not wait for a woman to be ready. He moves forward, knowing that the right person will not hesitate. 5. You don't make enough money. A woman who measures your worth by your wealth does not see you. She sees what you can provide. A man's value is in his principles, his ambition, and his ability to build a meaningful life, not in the numbers in his bank account. A Stoic man does not seek validation through material wealth. He builds for himself, and the right woman appreciates his character, not just his assets. 6. I don't trust you. Trust is the foundation of any relationship. If she constantly questions your actions, accuses you without reason, or makes you feel like you need to prove yourself at every turn, she does not respect you. A Stoic man understands that trust should be given freely and reciprocated. If she refuses to trust you despite your integrity, walk away. 7. I'm too good for you. Superiority has no place in a healthy relationship. A woman who believes she is above you will never respect you. She may use this phrase to manipulate you into trying harder, into proving yourself, but a Stoic man does not compete for validation. He knows his worth and does not tolerate disrespect disguised as arrogance. 8. My ex was better at. A woman who constantly brings up her past relationships is either still emotionally attached or testing you. Either way, it is a red flag. Comparisons have no place in a relationship built on mutual appreciation. A Stoic man does not compete with ghosts. He recognizes when he is with someone who is not fully present, and he removes himself accordingly. 9. You should be more like. Whether she is comparing you to her friend's boyfriend, a celebrity, or an ex, this statement is designed to make you feel inadequate. A relationship should be built on appreciation, not comparison. A Stoic man does not allow himself to be measured against others. He stands firm in who he is and walks away from anyone who tries to diminish him. 10. I can do better than you. This is not just disrespectful. It is a declaration that she does not value you. A woman who truly loves and respects a man would never utter these words. If she believes she can do better, let her go. A Stoic man understands that real power lies in detachment. He does not chase approval, and he never begs to be chosen. The words a woman speaks reveal her mindset, her values, and her level of respect for you. A Stoic man does not argue, beg, or try to change her mind. He listens, he observes, and when he hears these red flags, he walks away, not with anger, not with resentment, but with the quiet strength of a man who knows his worth. Final Stoic lesson: your self-worth is not negotiable. A man who understands his worth does not wait for validation, nor does he tolerate being treated as an option. The moment you start negotiating your self-respect in the hope of keeping someone around, you have already lost. True strength lies in knowing when to walk away, not as an act of spite, but as a declaration of your own value. You were never meant to convince someone of your worth. The right person will see it without persuasion. The Stoics understood that external opinions are fleeting and unreliable. One day the world may praise you, the next it may dismiss you. A woman who does not respect you today will not suddenly see your value tomorrow. A man anchored in his own self-worth does not beg for acceptance. He does not cling to relationships that undermine his dignity. Instead, he recognizes when the energy he invests is being wasted and redirects it toward himself. Detachment is not coldness, it is clarity. It is understanding that real power comes from within, not from the approval of others. When you embrace this mindset, you stop reacting emotionally to disrespect. You stop justifying yourself. You stop allowing someone's words to define your reality. Instead, you carry yourself with quiet confidence, knowing that your life is not built on the unstable foundation of someone else's opinions. Every time you tolerate disrespect, you teach people that it is acceptable to treat you that way. But when you walk away, you send a different message, not just to them, but to yourself. You affirm that you are not a man who can be manipulated, diminished, or controlled. You are a man who sets his own standards, and if someone does not meet them, you let them go. Not because you are bitter, but because you refuse to betray yourself. In the end, the greatest power you can wield is not in forcing someone to value you, but in having the strength to remove yourself when they don't. The world respects the man who respects himself first. And that, above all, is the essence of true Stoic wisdom. Strength is not found in holding on to what is broken, but in having the courage to walk away. A man who understands his worth does not beg for attention, he does not chase approval, and he does not cling to people who fail to see his value. He builds himself, refines his mind, and focuses on what he can control: his purpose, his discipline, and his resilience. In a world that constantly tests you, remember this: your strength is measured by what you are willing to let go. The moment you stop seeking validation from others is the moment you take full control of your life. Focus on growth, on mastery, on becoming the man who commands respect effortlessly, not through words, but through action. If you're ready to sharpen your mind and live with unshakable confidence, subscribe to Ultimate Stoicism now. Leave a comment below. What is the biggest lesson from today's video that you will apply to your life? Your journey begins the moment you choose yourself. Stay disciplined, stay focused, and never settle for less than you deserve.